Office numbers for this past weekend has come out, and Moana 2 scored the biggest post Thanksgiving weekend of all time. This is quite nice. Now, it made a strong $52 million in a second 3 day weekend, and it's finally hit $300 million in the US alone. Its legs are quite week. I said this last week that I suspect this film has a weaker legs than its predecessor. That and not just only that, I just feel because it opened so large in the U.S., uh, it's not going to be able to pull the kind of numbers that will keep it running for a very long time. But one other film that is really holding very well is Wicked. Now, Wicked is is impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Wicked made $34.9 million this past weekend. It is, in fact, it has hit $320.5 million alone in the US. I'll get to the worldwide numbers between the two films because they're quite impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Gladiator 2 came in third with a $12.5 million. It has finally hit 132.7 million in the US. Funny enough, Red One, Dwayne Johnson's Red One is still doing very well, at least in the US. I'm a bit surprised. Remember that whenever a Prime Video release, a big budget Prime Video release, anything is making in theaters is an additional bonus for the streaming platform. Literally, they don't even need the money they are making in theaters. But this film still pulled in $7 million this past weekend, has hit 85.8 million in the US. Pusher Part 2 made 5.2 million for a total of 9.6 million. Interstellar made 4.4 million. Solo Leveling made $2.4 million. Then the Flop, which is the Rachel Zegler's Y2K film, made only $2.1 million in the US. A Drummer Boy Christmas Live made 2.1 million. You also have a Best Christmas Pageant Ever made 1.5 million for a total of 34.5 million. Now, if we now go to the overseas numbers, this is where I kind of say that we have an impressive numbers going for both Moana and Wicked, because Moana 2 has crossed $300 million internationally. It's hit $300 million internationally with a $300 million in its domestic market. So you're looking at $600 million worldwide in 2 weekends. So what it means is that Moana 2 is going to cross $1 billion. Like I said before, I said last week, there is a chance it will not hit $1 billion, but if it could get to $600 million this weekend, it's going to hit $1 billion, and it has already hit $600 million in 2 weeks. So $1 billion is literally going to be on the table for the film because this is a festive period. This is December. Literally, movies tend to leg out very well in December, at least throughout December, especially the fact that this is a kids' film. A lot of people will still take their children to the cinema through the entire holidays for Moana 2. So it's gonna get over a billion, probably get to even $1.1 billion. I don't know whether it can get to 1.2 billion, but it can get to 1.1 billion when it's all said and done. Venom 3, for some good reason or the other, it's still making some money at the box office. It's made 139.1 million in the US. When you add it with its international numbers of 333.7 million, it's now at 472.8 million worldwide. It's going to get to 480 million, but I don't see it getting anywhere near $500 million worldwide. Wicked, on the other hand, has a bit of a poor run overseas. It's gotten to 135 million overseas, with its 320.5 million in the US. It's at 455.5 million worldwide. I don't see it crossing $680 million worldwide when it's all said and done. But in the US, it's going to get to almost $450 million in the US. But I don't know about this international market. It's not doing well internationally. That's just the only hindrance for Wicked. Gladiator 2 has gotten to 235.7 million internationally when you add it to 132.7 million. In the US, it's at 368.4 million worldwide. So that's a big number to an extent. But remember, this film cost $300 million to make. So I don't know. I think this film will lose money for the studio. But I will get to Gladiator maybe in the next 2 weeks. Depending on what I see as the end result, I will tell you guys whether it's a success or a failure. Red One has gotten to 78.2 million, and when you add it with its US 85.8 million, it's at $164 million worldwide. That's decent because if it gets to 180 million when it's all said and done, that's an additional revenue for Amazon Studios at this point. So that's the box office rundown for this past weekend, guys. If you've enjoyed this report, then go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us here on YouTube. I'll see you guys very much next time.